At the beginning of the story, we see two girls, Saman and Gina, happily spending time in a swimming pool when suddenly Saman's precious diamond ring slips off her finger and falls into the deep water. Both sisters immediately dive into the deep water to search for the ring, but luck is not on their side. Not only do they fail to find the ring, but Gina's hair gets stuck in the pool's filter. Gina panics and starts flailing her hands and feet frantically. Saman does everything she can to save her sister, but they have no idea that the real trouble is only about to begin. Meanwhile, the pool manager Michael arrives there. Seeing that the pool area is empty and everyone has already left, he presses the button to close the pool's fiberglass cover and calmly goes home. Suddenly, someone notices that the pool cover has slowly started sliding across the surface of the water. Seeing this, she quickly pulls Gina's hair free from the filter. Both sisters swim upward with all their strength, but by then it is already too late. Within moments, the pool cover shuts completely and both sisters are trapped underwater. They scream loudly for help, but the entire building is silent. Both sisters push and try to break the cover with all their strength, but they fail. The real problem begins when they remember that the pool is going to remain closed for the entire next week. Now both sisters, in a state of despair, start searching for any possible way to get out. Then their eyes fall on a small hole in the cover, but it is so narrow that even a hand cannot fit through it. Meanwhile, Saman finds a piece of plastic floating in the water. With its help, she tries to widen the hole, but it is of no use. Seeing this, Gina angrily blames Saman, saying that if she had not gone after the ring, none of this would have happened. Saman does not argue. Instead, she silently dives into the water again. This time, she finds the ring. During this, her eyes fall on an iron grate fixed at the bottom of the pool, which feels slightly loose. She pulls the grate with all her strength, but it does not move from its place at all. Suddenly, outside the pool, Saman's fiancé Matthew's phone starts ringing. The sound of the phone fills Saman's heart with new hope. But time keeps passing. Day turns into evening and no one comes to help. Saman is a diabetes patient and now she urgently needs insulin to stay alive. But her injection is in her bag, which is lying outside the pool. Saman sits underwater holding her head in her hands. Her face begins to turn pale. Seeing Saman's condition, Gina's anger fades away. Silently, she picks up the same piece of plastic and once again starts trying to widen the hole. By this time, nearly 3 hours have passed since they have been trapped in the water. Suddenly, the lights that were off turn back on. It seems someone has entered the building. It is Emily, the woman who cleans during the night shift. As soon as she hears her footsteps, the sisters trapped in the pool start banging loudly on the cover. But surprisingly, Emily does not stop even for a moment. As if she has heard nothing, she walks straight towards Saman's belongings placed near the pool, picks up her purse, which contains only a little money and a bank card. Seeing this, she becomes disappointed. After that, she turns off all the security cameras of the pool and calmly comes near the cover and starts talking to the sisters as if nothing has happened. During the conversation, the truth comes out. She is heavily in debt, and at home she also has a daughter. Because of her desperate need for money, Emily's intentions become clearly evident. Without any hesitation, she asks Saman for the PIN of her ATM card. Hearing this, both sisters realize that Emily is blackmailing them. Gina, in anger, says harsh words to Emily. At this, Emily becomes even furious and immediately turns off the swimming pool heater. The water begins to get colder rapidly. Shivering from the cold, Saman, understanding the situation, finally tells her the PIN. Emily says that she is going to withdraw money using this PIN first, and then she will come back and take both sisters out. Saying this, she leaves from there. After some time, Emily does return, but instead of opening the cover, she angrily starts accusing the two sisters. She shouts that there were only $80 in the account and that they are making fun of her. Hearing this, Gina folds her hands and tearfully begs her to please take them out. She explains that Samantha is a diabetic patient and if she does not receive insulin immediately, her life could be in danger. But Emily does not believe these things. Seeing Saman growing weaker, Gina's heart fills with hatred for Emily. Deep down, she decides to take revenge. She forces Emily to lean closer to the hole in the cover and suddenly attacks her. Emily does get hurt, but after that, the situation worsens even more. In anger, Emily runs toward the control room and turns on the pool's cleaning system. Strong chlorine begins to flow through the pipes. Both sisters start feeling dizzy and begin struggling in the water. Saman is already weak. She loses consciousness and starts to drown. Gina immediately grabs her and brings her close to the hole so that she can somehow breathe. Seeing the scene, Emily becomes frightened. She quickly turns off the system because she does not want to take anyone's life. Then she comes back and asks the man for her precious ring. Saman helplessly gives her the ring. After seeing the ring, Emily realizes that she cannot gain anything more. She goes to the control room and tries to open the pool cover, but a system error appears because the password has been changed. Emily panics. After thinking for a while, she decides to run away from there and leave the sisters behind. Meanwhile, Gina sees that Saman has become unconscious. Without insulin, her life cannot be saved. Now their last hope is the heavy iron grate fixed at the bottom of the pool. Despite her fear, Gina dives into the water. She repeatedly pulls at the grate but fails every time, and finally the grate comes loose from its place. Using that same iron grate, Gina repeatedly strikes the cover. Within a short time, the cover breaks. She immediately pulls Saman out of the water and gives her the insulin injection. After a few moments, Saman regains consciousness. Just then, Emily returns. She has a gun in her hand. She becomes afraid that the sisters will tell everything to the police, so she decides to kill them. Gina holds Saman and cries, pleading that they will remain silent, but Emily does not agree. Finally, Gina screams, "After our death, what will happen to your daughter?" Gina's words touch Emily's heart. She stands silently for a few moments, then slowly lowers the gun. After that, she returns Saman's ring. Gina immediately calls the emergency number for help and, according to her promise, gives Emily the chance to leave from there. Finally, after a long and terrifying struggle, both sisters remain safe. From this story, we learn the lesson that one should not wear jewelry while swimming in water. And thus, this story comes to its conclusion.